We are going to explore everything science has to say about time travel. Get ready to discover 8 different ways that physics has found to make time travel possible. These ideas will stretch your imagination and challenge what you think you know about the universe. Time is something so familiar yet so mysterious. Philosophers like St. Augustine once said, "If no one asks me what time is, I know it. But if someone asks me, I no longer know." Since the dawn of humanity, time has been a source of deep questions, debates, and endless curiosity. But with the rise of modern science and physics, our understanding of time has moved from pure philosophy to precise mathematical descriptions of how the universe works. This journey begins with Isaac Newton in the 17th century. Newton laid the foundations of classical mechanics, providing a very specific conception of time. For Newton, time was something absolute, external to everything else, and it flowed uniformly for all observers. It was like a universal metronome, ticking steadily and independently of anything that happens in the universe. In such a world, time travel would be impossible. Time just flows and nothing can be done to change that. But everything changed in 1905 when a young Albert Einstein published his theory of special relativity. In this groundbreaking work, Einstein completely reshaped how we think about space and time. According to Einstein, time is not absolute or rigid. It is relative, flexible, and depends on the observer. Even more mind-blowing, space and time merge into a single 4-dimensional entity, space-time. Just 10 years later, in 1915, Einstein expanded his ideas into the theory of general relativity, adding the effects of gravity. Space-time, he showed, is curved and distorted by mass and energy. This discovery revealed that time can slow down due to motion or gravity, opening up new and astonishing possibilities for time travel. Once Einstein opened the door, many scientists began to imagine ways in which time travel could be achieved within the rules of relativity. The ideas range from simple to extraordinary. Today we'll go through 8 different ways to travel in time, starting from the most straightforward and ending with the wildest. 1. Doing nothing, yes. You are already traveling in time simply by existing. Sitting in your chair, lying on your bed, or standing still, you are constantly moving into the future. In space-time diagrams, your movement through time is as real as any movement through space. Because space-time is 4-dimensional, your personal timeline always advances at a constant rate. While it may seem trivial, it's the foundation for understanding all other forms of time travel. 2. Moving very fast. Special relativity tells us that time slows down for objects in motion compared to those at rest. If you were to travel close to the speed of light in a spaceship, your personal clock would tick much more slowly than clocks on Earth. For example, if you traveled to a distant star system at near light speeds and returned, only a few years might pass for you, while centuries could pass on Earth. This effect has been confirmed experimentally with fast-moving particles, such as muons, which live longer when moving at high speeds. In a sense, traveling at extreme speeds allows you to move into the future. But what about traveling to the past? This is where things get even more interesting. 3. Seeing the past through light. Because light travels at a finite speed, looking into the sky is like looking back in time. When you look at the moon, you are seeing it as it was about 1 second ago. The sun appears as it was 8 minutes ago, and the light from Alpha Centauri, the nearest star system, takes over 4 years to reach us. In principle, one could imagine placing an enormous mirror far away, so that light bouncing back would let us see Earth as it was in the past. However, this method only allows us to see events after the mirror was placed. 4. Seeing replicas in a finite universe. If the universe is finite and closed, light could loop around it like in the game Pac-Man, where going off one side of the screen brings you back from the other. In such a universe, photons could travel in circles indefinitely, creating multiple replicas of the cosmos at different moments in time. If this were true, and if we could detect one of these replicas, we could potentially observe our galaxy as it was billions of years ago. Of course, seeing the past is fascinating, but what about actually going there? Let's look at the more exotic possibilities. 5. Creating a wormhole. A wormhole is a hypothetical tunnel connecting 2 regions of space-time. If you could create a wormhole and move one of its ends at high speed, or place it in a strong gravitational field, time would pass differently at each end. When the 2 ends are brought back together, stepping through could allow you to emerge in the past relative to where you entered. However, you could never travel to a time before the wormhole was created. 6. A rotating universe. Einstein's friend Kurt Gödel found a solution to the equations of general relativity where the entire universe rotates. In such a universe, it might be possible to follow a path through space-time that loops back to its starting point in time. This means you could leave, travel along a specific path, and return before you had even departed, creating the possibility of meeting your past self. 7. Cosmic strings. Cosmic strings are theoretical, ultra-dense filaments of energy left over from the early universe. If they exist, they could distort space-time enough to create shortcuts. If two cosmic strings were to pass by each other at high speeds, they could generate regions where closed time-like curves exist, potentially allowing travel to the past without exceeding the speed of light. 8. The Tipler cylinder. According to general relativity, a massive, infinitely long cylinder rotating near the speed of light could twist space-time enough to permit time travel. Moving along specific paths around such a cylinder might let you return to your own past. The challenge, of course, is that building an infinitely long cylinder is impossible with our current technology. These 8 possibilities show that time travel is not just science fiction. While many of these ideas are purely theoretical and far beyond our current capabilities, they highlight how relativity reshaped our understanding of time. Time is no longer a rigid backdrop. It is flexible, dynamic, and full of surprises. Before we continue to the final reflections, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. It helps us a lot to keep bringing you more content about the mysteries of the universe. Time travel remains one of the most intriguing concepts in physics. Whether by moving at near-light speeds, using hypothetical constructs like wormholes or cosmic strings, or imagining universes that rotate or contain exotic objects, scientists continue to explore these fascinating ideas. While many of these scenarios may remain impossible in practice, they remind us that the universe is far stranger and more wondrous than it seems. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the science of time travel, make sure to subscribe and explore the other videos on the channel. Every week we bring you new content to expand your mind and spark your curiosity about the cosmos.